Hello and welcome to Tabletalkers Band of Iron. 79? Yeah. It's 79 episodes, which honestly is quite a lot of episodes.
It is.
I would give a recap, but I think that Jodak has to give a recap. Because people are going to be asking him what the fuck happened. And basically all of last session was what the fuck he's gonna have to be talking about. So, yeah. I don't need to do that. He's got that all handled.
I don't want to do that. I mean, I actually have to.
I don't think he asked.
And remember what happened last time.
I'm gonna say I don't think he asked if you wanted to do that. I think he just told you to do that. So, chop chop.
Best of luck.
So, we bring the camera in. The group has just teleported onto a Imperial vessel. Looking around, it seems to be the same ship that you guys were on before you got aboard a different ship and dropped into the goo hole. And people are running around in a, not state of panic, but everybody's definitely paying attention to a bunch of things.
Excuse me.
So then, immediately, someone is going to run over to where you are and go, "The Emperor wants you in their chambers. Get there." I'm assuming you'll go.
We've never been on the ship, so are they moving away?
What?
We've never been on this ship?
Yes, you were.
Oh, then yes, we go.
You go.
I go.
You all go.
We go.
Go.
Out of instinct, you head back to that same meeting room that you were in before. People are standing around the desk. And as you walk in, the Emperor will look at you and go, "What happened?" Don't all talk at once.
Slime creature doesn't seem to be fighting itself anymore. One of the beings has triumphed over the other.
Okay. Did you manage to strike an accord with the one that won? What's about to happen?
They weren't exactly too chatty. More, how do I say this? Animalistic, impulsive in nature.
Well, that's a given for the chaos part.
And the order part really does not like people.
What did you do?
I talked to the chaos part. Managed to have an audience with them somehow. I think I died. Again. And I'm pretty sure they tried to obliterate me. And somehow failed. But they did tell me the name of the crystal plague or whatever being's causing it. I can't repeat it. Don't ask me to.
Okay, let's ignore your fine details.
And they very much would work with them if they did have a chance.
What
So
is about to happen?
they were weakened a little bit.
They being...
They being the order part. You know, the actual god that could talk. And I am unsure of whether or not they can still combat the chaos. Or at least stop them from encroaching.
So then the chaos came out on top. Did you strike an accord with it?
It seems to like me, but it also might want to eat.
What exactly happened? No more projections, just the facts.
To be specific, I used the orb to stop time, which was weird, by the way, as it was firing a laser trying to destroy Fashionir and the slime creature, largest slime creature. The one that was Kira. At that time, I went to go talk to the guy that was Order. He did not like me, does not like people in general, apparently. And weakened it enough so that it would not disintegrate Fashionir if said laser were to hit him. That seemed to have weakened him, the Order side of everything, enough that the Chaos side was able to take over. After I had a conversation with him.
Fashionir,
Yes.
are your ships capable of jumps? Above game? Nope.
Oh, we had one.
You do. It's out for repairs. It's not here.
Just one.
Get your people onto our ships.
Understood.
Now, go. If I'm understanding him correctly, whatever's about to come out of that hole is gonna be very much in charge.
Beast. Is my orb still, am I still in form?
Yes, unless you turned it off.
I did not turn it off. You'd go from one ship to the other, inform all them to get off the ships. Do this. Maybe.
You begin the process of attempting to get your people onto their ships. They weren't expecting that many people to be jumping onto their ships, so there's a little bit of a space problem. But it is progressing. At the same time, you see that the central bombardment is starting to run low on juice, and the goo down there at the bottom is encroaching. Faster than you would like it to, from everybody trying to get on a different ship. Is anyone doing anything at this time?
We're just doing a flying form.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up the ones that are like kind of far behind. Try to save them.
I'll probably do the same thing.
Well, that's more just
It's like a stuff like.
pushing people along.
That's something.
Yeah.
How long does teleportation circle take to cast?
How long does it take to cast?
I don't have it, so I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
10 minutes.
I feel like this too long. Definitely not worth trying to give everyone the sigil to that one teleportation circle out in the desert.
Well, you could probably manage one or two of those if that's what you're wanting to try to do. Just go grab Tadori, get the...
Alright, it's a minute, and I can cast teleportation circle once.
If it's a minute, then I could just start sending the sigils to everybody, every wizard that I can see. Try to teleport some people out rather than get them onto the ships.
the ones that are capable of doing
Yes, the
so
ones that are
anyway.
capable.
Well, since you're telling them to go there, you probably access the Graveguard forces and tell them to start doing so.
Unless we have a better one near Diakov.
I don't know. You know you have a... Yakov, I don't think you really have any.
We had one in that one shop in...
That's in Kinglegrad.
Dying King or up the other shop in Rakesh.
This is also correct.
I think I wanted a more open space, so that probably would be the better located than the one that's underground on a different continent.
Just commit the one.
Yeah, that's the one that's what I'm giving.
So
The
you're
one in
sending
Raktash.
most people back to Raktesh.
Yeah, it's like 3 days away, right?
It's a sizable distance.
Sizable is closer to Attica, so they can get back to Attica before whatever tier gets to them. Probably, hopefully.
So you are telling people to get the fuck out and having people that can teleport. You do see it strike up and they manage to do some of that. Maybe not as much as you would like, but you know, they manage. And then something begins to rise from the central crater. And it lashes out at one of the ships that are floating around it, trying to keep it at bay. All of you hear a sickening crunch sound. And you feel the deck below you begin to vibrate. As people are screaming. And then a moment later, you are on the Sea of Stars.
It's not a place to be.
All around, you can see the pearlescent reflections of that weird lattice work that is encroaching upon everything. If anyone has anything, the ship is currently not moving.
The other crew went over. How's everybody looking?
Not absolutely everyone is able to escape in time. So you know you have some losses. Along with, you know, your fleet. But as for your actual people, a majority of them managed to find somewhere else to be. If that is your questions. That said, as of right this moment, it is just your ship that you were standing on that you can see around you.
Awesome.
Have you ever seen other ships in the Sea of Stars when we jump?
It's exceedingly rare due to how that place works. Like, it's not impossible, but it's like 5 or more people blinking at the exact same time.
In close proximity to one another.
Well, yeah, if you take it out to a couple billion people, it'll eventually figure it out, but...
It happens all the time.
But in a room of 5 people, uncoordinated.
Doesn't happen that often.
You feel the ship begin to shift beneath your feet as it begins to move.
We need to get out of here as quickly as possible. So the literal closest place we can get to that isn't in the bad place needs to be where we jump. Because this is not good. This is just not a good place to be.
You're very much not on your ship, but I'm assuming you're just venting this toward Vashnir.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Should probably get out of here.
What'd you say?
I have no idea what he said.
I agree. We should probably not stay here very long.
Put it this way. Last time I was in here, I died.
You died this time before that too.
Now what did you say?
This is currently just not a good place to be. It is consistently bad.
Hopefully we jump back to our own plane and not any of the adjacent ones.
Woo.
I would hate to be shot forward 100 days in a second. Or 100 years in a second.
Woo.
Time kind of is not our friend right now.
As you're standing there, Callahan will approach your group. The armor they were wearing beforehand has shifted to what they're usually wearing. So I take it that your conversation didn't go very well.
No, not really. It kind of could not have gone worse, I don't think. Well, it probably could have gone worse. It wasn't good.
So the chaos thing won out. But how much did it win out by? Do you know? Like all of it, or just enough to tip the scales? Sure. Well, what did you do? You kind of had all the power there.
So, just enough to tip the scales, I think?
Okay. What did it offer you to get you to give it exactly what it needed?
Keeping Vashnir alive.
Looks over to Vashnir. No offense, but is that it?
You tell me.
Well, they turned back toward Jodak after that. It's like, yeah.
I mean, he did want to make you a mutant goo creature, by the way. I wasn't sure how you felt about that, so I said no. I also think he kept me alive after the Lost Side tried to destroy my soul or something. He did some weird hand wavy thing to try to obliterate me.
Was that facing the beam? Was it coming to me, or was it shooting me in the back?
You were going to be obliterated before the thing behind you was.
I couldn't remember if I was like facing the guy behind me or facing the thing in front of me.
Yeah, I don't know which way you were facing, but you were on that side. You saw it turn purple before.
Also, I was expecting to die there.
Uh-huh.
The last thing I saw was a bright purple flash. Yeah, I was whacking the other thing, so there's no way I was facing the incoming blast.
Just a reflection of it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you're probably gonna beat yourself up enough to where I don't need to do so myself.
Right.
We're also going to beat him up enough to where you don't have to.
Oh.
The choice was this thing that will fight the Crystal Plague with us versus that thing that will join sides with the Crystal Plague and destroy us. It really was not a great choice. Speaking of, that's all one being. I say, pointing around to the crystals. It has a name.
I don't
I
really
definitely
think
would
that...
have sided with the law side to get rid of us, because that is what they said that I was planning. Us being all of humanity and free will.
I'm going to assume from what you're saying that they convinced you that they had the power there. Both of these things. And you were simply a cog in their machine. Or something that they could get to use in the way they wanted to. At that time, you were the one that had all the power. If I'm understanding the situation correctly. If we're going to survive what the fuck is gonna happen next, you gotta stop doubting yourself.
They're literal gods.
Yes, and they couldn't win without you.
We can take him.
They've been deadlocked for how many millennia?
Too many.
It was only through your intervention that something was able to happen. That is the mindset we have to have going into what's about to happen, because the things that are going to be attacking us are greater than we can ever be. But we can make a difference. Even if that difference is all that we can make. You sacrificed who the fuck knows what to save Vashnir. But Vashnir can make a difference, right?
Yeah, only one way to find out.
Even if he didn't necessarily need quite so much stress put on his shoulder specifically.
So, round 3 with a god.
So if the chaotic bit won, then what we can likely expect is, well, it doing utter chaos in the Forbidden Realm for who knows how long. Maybe the exterior wards will keep it at bay? Hopefully. The plague comes, it might wipe everything out. The Emperor's plan might work, but that plan doesn't account for shit that's already on the plane. So let's hope that whatever it is we have unleashed here, tires itself the fuck out whenever that thing attacks. Sorry about your fleet, Vashnir.
It's understandable.
Though I will say your Azamar friend over there looks a little more beaten up over it than you do. And you just look and Lucas is sitting on a barrel. Really sad.
I should probably go talk and come.
Then Callahan will wander off.
I go to walk over to Lucas.
Okay, what'd you say there, Thaddeus?
I said I can feel the disappointed glare.
Is that really what you got from everything they said there?
Yeah, a little bit.
You gotta trust yourself a little more. But okay, Vashnir, you wander over.
I wish these events turned out a little better for our side.
Well, most of our people survived, so I guess that's really all we could ask for, right? It was hard getting those ships.
Was shit, am I just down to the last one now too? Or do we leave any back?
None of the ships that you took were capable of jumps.
I don't remember which. I don't remember if we left any ships back.
I'm sure there are... well, no, there absolutely is, because you had your people that couldn't enter the Forbidden Zone, remember? So you gave them a few ships to head back. So hey! Not all is lost!
How many ships do you have left?
Well, you summoned most of my fleet to come here. Of the ones that had to return, what? 5, 6 maybe? And the ones left in peacekeeping duties are another 4. I hope you're not planning any large-scale troop assaults from the air. You're not gonna manage it for a while.
And I just don't exactly remember how many we have left. I was gonna reimburse him at least a ship or 2, but it might be short now.
Yeah, shared resources. You're the boss after all. They were mainly your ships in the end. But it does seem like you're in bed with the Empire, so... should make new acquisitions pretty good. Or at least easier than before.
When we get back, we can get in touch with some folks and friends and recoup some losses.
I do have a concern.
And what is that?
The members of our band that had to turn back. They turned back because they were infected with that thing, right? Not actively being controlled by it, but lingering presence. If that thing is increased in power...
Shit.
Yeah. Once we're no longer in this dimension, I'll try to get into contact with people, see what's happening that way. Though I don't know where this ship is going to spit us out at.
Need to go back home too?
Say again?
Wasn't there still infected in my home?
They were... Diakov got ravaged by this shit. So... especially with your people, because you actually, like, took people in. A lot of them were.
I'm saying, like, even in, like, my home.
Yes, your home is where most of the battles took place. You had non-combatants that used to be infected, that incorporated themselves back into society.
Fuck.
Mainly in the places that you and your father now take lordship of.
Let me go, I'm going to scuttle over as best as I can to, everybody else. Let them know. I gotta head back home.
Just back to the Band of Iron, like, lieutenants, or... like, who are you going to? Okay.
I'm just gonna let the lieutenants know because I don't want everybody else to freak out.
I want to do that in character.
Can I get you to come? You all to come over here? Meeting. Try to find a spot.
It's a big ship. You can find places.
Ready?
You.
That's one.
Hold on.
Okay.
So, probably gonna need to set sail back to home the minute we get out of here.
Why now?
We're talking with Lucas, the one that had to turn back because they couldn't follow us in the planes because they had lingering infections. There's still plenty of those back at my home. And now that the creature is powerful, maybe those same creatures reawakened as well.
Oh,
If that's the case, they are fighting within the capital itself.
Just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Peon, you'll hear. I don't think your friend's ever gonna live this down, is he?
No. No, he will not. That's okay. I'll still support him.
What a beautiful friendship.
I appreciate
Thanks.
that.
You can't hear this. This is in my head.
He's listening in on our conversations. He's psychic. I can feel his presence.
Get out of my head, Jodak. That's rude.
It's subconscious at this point.
I did not sign a consent form for this.
You begin to be bombarded with images of snot. You begin to feel the texture.
I don't want none of that.
Not the texture.
And the
No, cat, stay away from my power button. No. Not again.
You don't.
Sabotage. Do it.
Wouldn't be the first time he's done it.
Do it.
Can you say you're recording by the
I don't think he has a dedicated record button.
I mean, I do when OBS is open.
Well, yeah, but like, it's still just your mouse. Like, you don't have a stream deck. That's like.
No, I have a hotkey. I have a hotkey for start and stop recording.
Ah.
just making sure you weren't editing something and forgot to save.
No, I'm not editing anything at the moment.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm being enthralled.
I rolled for random encounter because none of you guys are the ones piloting this.
That's true.
Off in the distance, you see what appears to be another vessel. And then you see some flying ships take off, or not flying ships, some flying creatures take off from that vessel. And then you hear a whir. And there's about 3 seconds of bombardment, and then there is nothing in that general direction anymore.
I was going to
tried.
say another void jump led to encounter or disaster, but
Is my form still up?
If you wish it to be.
My understanding is that you and I have infinite form, at least, Medina. Actually, Jodek does too.
I thought it was just because of the area.
I don't.
Awesome.
Do you not have your tier 5?
No.
Oh, then never mind.
Stuff.
Just you and me.
Wait, I'm keeping it up just in case.
I'm also keeping mine up because I do not trust this place.
Yes. That's why I was asking if it was still up. I don't want to fall off the side.
Well, if nobody goes to anyone and asks anything, well, the ship is in motion. Then I'm gonna
I don't want to find out any more bad news. I don't want to talk to nobody else.
so you just don't know about it.
No news is good news.
Vashnier wants good news only. I
Right now.
lost a baby tooth today, Vashnier. Let's be on the good news.
Out of curiosity,
You? Yawn.
Yeah.
Did you
Hubba.
baby?
Good talk.
Yeah.
Good talk, buddy. You're really far away from your mic.
I hate this thing sometimes. How did you lose a baby tooth?
Nah, I kind of just fell out.
He's like 3. We know this.
Hey,
keep
I am
forgetting.
15 in Goblin.
I keep forgetting.
That just still isn't much.
like
And I was a late
7
bloomer. I don't know, maybe like 4 in Dwarf? I don't know.
If you don't fucking... Oh my god.
You're like a baby.
Anyway, I just wanted to give good news. Let's move on with the, I don't know, plot. Or something.
Or we could just
Something
ignore
like
that.
We could.
Or we can go get some more bad news.
Let's not do that option, actually.
My heart's already beating out of my chest as it is. I think any more bad news, I might die from a heart attack. Stress.
As you're saying and thinking this, Vashnier off in the distance, you see the Emperor back in his white uniform on the deck, looking around.
I don't have mask of many faces.
I do have a shapeshift ring.
Eventually,
I get a feeling he's looking for us.
they see your group,
I can...
and then they
God
go,
damn it!
and then they give a little nod.
I was just about to say, God damn it, I could have went invisible.
They begin to walk in your direction.
I go invisible.
I'm
Not-
going to
no
walk in
fucking
the
way.
direction.
Actually, I could make everybody in the party invisible technically, but hey, I'm not worrying about it.
They'll know where I'm at because it's very cold where I'm standing.
What did you say you were doing, Medina?
If I know they're walking towards me, I'm going to walk towards them.
Okay.
More bad news. Whoa.
Hello.
Hello. We are currently heading toward Raktesh. That way you and yours can get dropped off, and then we can continue back toward Attica. I didn't know if anyone had informed you of that yet.
No, not yet.
I must say, this is not how I intended things to go, but... oh well. Do you...
Private,
oh?
just for...
Very well. This way.
What?
And they will walk toward a doorway.
I should follow.
They'll open the door. There are some people inside. Vashnir and I need the room, apparently. They will leave the room. He will gesture for you to go inside. Okay, now, what? What is the matter?
At any point, did any of those towns and cities fight the worm creatures?
Are you talking about the parasitic invasion? That was mainly in Diakov. And by mainly, I mean almost entirely.
Understood. I was just making sure nothing else passed and there wasn't any other infections. I've been informed maybe as a possibility that any that had any latent infections may have been reawakened, and I didn't want to.
Well, if that is the case, then it is more of a matter of where those people have gone, as opposed to where the outbreaks were. If someone's a carrier, they theoretically could have been allowed to go everywhere, unless they were specifically scanned for it, which I do not believe anywhere was doing. Because the leadership of Diakov did not make what was happening publicly known.
Shit.
So if you're worried that those might all now be ticking time bombs, perhaps.
I am.
We'll find out whenever the next second passes.
Before we... Do you know how to spot someone that's infected?
Outside of the outward infections, the ones that are actively growing appendages and things like that?
No. You hold a torch or at the flame and look at their eyes.
Some variations can be determined that way. Others you have to actively get a blood sample for. But the ones that were entirely localized in the brain, that's going to be slightly more difficult.
Just make it more difficult. I am deeply sorry.
Well, if the thing they're being powered and controlled by is significantly more powerful now, it is likely that it'll either play it completely calm, get to where they need to be, and then all go at once, or they're just gonna all go at once, or a mixture of both.
Chaos, so...
Oh shit, where the fuck did you come from?
Hi.
But Vashnir asked us to have this a private talk.
Yeah, no, I owe him like 5 life debts, so I don't let him go anywhere by himself.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Here's the... Hey, the intern.
You've gotta lower your floor, man.
I don't think he understands what that means.
How do you lower your floor, Arik?
I find where the floor is and then I turn it down.
How about you? How about you get on the floor?
Why?
How you know I'm not on the floor?
He's been getting cut off for a very long time,
Wow.
and I know I have explained how
I
to do
lowered it
this in
some
the
more.
past.
Because it keeps changing.
Probably has something to do with noise suppressing. But, meh. Anyway, what did you say?
I forgot he was invisible. I think that was the last thing I said. And I was deeply sorry for making things more difficult.
Time will tell exactly how much more difficult things have become. It is active, but it is also something that has been against what we are against. Between you and I do not think I'm going to use Jodak as a go-between in the future. So I need to figure out some other method of controlling this thing. At least shifting its aggression toward what we need it to be aggressive toward.
And what will we do when my goal is accomplished and the threat is no more?
Well, if we're lucky, it'll have killed each other.
When have we ever been lucky?
I'm not as hopeful.
Every day.
Be nice, but
The fact that we exist at all is a miracle. I mean, think about it. All those places that you saw whenever you were traveling through the void. What endemic life did they have that was actually able to have a conversation?
Not very many.
But in the intervening years, I hope I've managed to seed it with enough of us to where even if things do go completely in the shitter here, some people will survive. No? Is that not the type of hope you were looking for?
In my experience, hope is short-lived.
Is he always such a downer?
sometimes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You're not observant anymore, are you?
Bastion, I'm afraid your orders mean nothing.
He didn't give me no such order that I wasn't supposed to be around him.
He said to speak alone.
This is what alone means for
Yeah.
Rajni. Whether he likes it or not, this is what alone means for him.
Alright.
If it helps, I didn't follow.
I still have jurisdiction over you.
Which is why I stayed out here. Thank you very much.
You just poking your head through the door now?
No, I'm sending a telepathic message.
Ah, I see.
To all of you because conversation.
Yeah.
Well, if a fucking bachelor's degree is required, you can suck it. Ugh.
I'm just going to go scrub the deck or something.
Why?
Make myself look busy.
Why?
Do I feel bad? I do not feel.
Why do you feel bad? No, Jodak, you get in here.
Man. That leaves me reluctantly to find whatever tent they.
You open the door, walk inside.
I
Get on the floor.
Okay. Why do you feel bad?
I'm sure things could have gone a whole lot better. It's an awful situation.
You said it yourself. It was an awful situation. Did you expect to get a perfect result?
He's a perfectionist, so yeah. Every time he doesn't get a result that's 100% the exact right thing it needed to be, he beats the shit out of himself. So...
I want to say he's wrong, but I really can't.
You absolutely can't.
I don't know about you, but I can't think of an instance where a person trying to get between two fighting godlike beings went particularly well. All of your group made it out of there.
Technically, from what I understand, 3.
Huh? Or was it third?
Well, there was the thing that Kieran is, which was infringing on the god's power.
That was a
there was
demi
the
version
chaos being.
of the chaotic one.
As stated, technically 3.
It was more the same one vying for control of itself.
And now it's been assimilated into itself, so now it's down to 1 and 2.
Or mostly
Which
just
oddly
1.
means that nothing has changed. Well, no, I can't say nothing has changed. You made...
So 1 is no longer fighting himself, which means he's stronger and strong enough to fight the other one to take control over everything.
No, you have that one slightly off. If it was stuck at a standstill, whenever they were both at full power, both being the God of Order and that one, then the chaotic one assimilating itself to be back at where it was does not shift the balance whatsoever. It would just mean that they'd be back to where they were.
But it definitely seems like the chaotic one has more reign now than it did before.
It does now, and from what I understand, that is through the actions of Jodak.
Because I tipped the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, as I'm sure most would agree, I'd rather the chaos one be in charge if we're really worrying about it, because at least you won't have to worry about all of reality shifting to one thing randomly.
And an
without
important
warning.
part, you confirm that the scale can be tipped.
Yeah?
Now,
Just don't think there's anyone in position to tip it back,
that is the main issue.
or if there's even a possibility of doing so.
I have heard tale of, I believe it's one of your previous adventuring members' friends?
Depends.
Similar soulstone abilities of the Lightning Order. That seems to be what the Law One is able to wield, correct?
It did shoot lightning.
Worst comes
It's
to
like a weird
worst,
lightning bolt.
perhaps we can utilize her connection. Though
Are
I-
they even still alive?
They are. I can just give you the intelligence report on them if you want. Unless you'd rather not know.
I think that would be very helpful.
Very well, they seem to have set down roots, given up the adventuring lifestyle. They got some treasures and they called it a day, which is what happens to most adventurers.
Saving the world business is getting really fucking old.
Well, you never save it. You shift it, you move it along, it's never over. You never win. You just make sure you don't lose.
Bastard, this fucking guy's giving me a headache.
For what?
I'm not a smart man. I never claimed to be a smart man. You're talking metaphysical bullshit that nah.
That was
I go up
basic
and hit
game
things.
theory.
What'd I just say? I'm
These are
not
all
smart.
very irritating topics.
What did you say? What did you say that is?
I said he has a low tolerance for conflicting, irritating topics like this or situations.
Listen, I got by with a silver tongue and quick reflexes. All this smarty pants talk is not going to help me out.
Why the hell?
So, is there any reason why I still need to be in this room, Vashnu?
That's all I wanted to know when we went.
I don't want to deal with another plague.
Well, if it helps, it's the same plague.
It doesn't. Same shit. Different day. I don't want to deal with it again.
And it's unconfirmed. We don't know what's gonna happen because we're still locked in the same second that we left.
And that's why I said I don't wanna. But regardless, thank you, since none of us have said that. I know we're allies in this and all that, but still, you didn't have to save all of us. You could have taken the important ones and bounced.
Well, we
Or
didn't
left
have
us
enough
there.
time to save everyone.
You saved enough. The point is, you still took your... Still risked a lot to save as many as you could. And that's not what you had to do. It's what you wanted to do. So thank you.
I dare say we are better equipped to deal with what might be about to happen than you or anyone else you know is. Save maybe your friends, and he'll look toward Jodak.
They probably know what to deal with, what's coming.
Why would they know?
Because I know.
You knew about a second, and as we've already discussed, they're still in that same second.
They're still in that second, so they don't know. But they have been fighting them for a while.
More
If they've
importantly,
been fighting for a while, that they should be equipped.
they're all psychic, and finds a nearby something and tosses it at you, which then bounces off of your little psionic shield. Can do shit like that.
You'd be surprised how often I forget that happened.
Okay, how do I want... Can I offer you a plan? Or rather, directions and a goal?
Have at it.
Your own people may or may not be in disarray. Of this, there is little that can be done, simply reacting to whatever occurs. But If that does occur, it's going to be widespread and everywhere at once. The way I see it, we have two options. We can either allow it to occur, sit on our hands, let people be people, let them believe that things are still safe, and just whenever the thing happens, it happens. Yes, that option still allows for some clandestine activities, but that is assuming they wait. Or we can be decidedly proactive in this. We can send forces everywhere that we can to try to mitigate the damage as quickly as possible. That, however, is paramount to, well, tantamount to a declaration, if not of war, of occupation. Which, if we're busy dealing with that, we do not have time to deal with the other things.
Would it not help to just alert everybody to what is happening?
We can tell them, but when have skyships appearing over your capital ever elicited a calm response? Hell, whenever the GIF were invading, there were still cities that did not allow us to stop them from raiding them.
When have people really listened either? Even when all the stars align for you to actually be there and be allowed to be there, and they don't try to shoot you down immediately and every other fucking bullshit thing, when do they sit down and actually fucking listen?
But of the two options we have there, which of them do you collectively prefer? I want to hear your opinions.
The only thing I can think of right now is as a whole, the general populace doesn't need to fucking know what the fuck is happening. The only people that need to know what is happening are people that are strong enough or capable enough or whatever enough to do something about it. If you can't do anything about it, there's no point in you knowing.
So are you advocating to sit back and watch and try to be clandestine and pray they are not doing the same? Or immediately hulking out? Or are you advocating immediate action?
I've always been the type of person to attack first.
So you're advocating
waiting.
for that word I used earlier that I have now forgotten. Occupation.
Action. Occupation.
I mean, our plans, before they got derailed massively, were to take over Kinglegrad and a whole lot of other places, so...
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
You'll be fine. The plan's fucking gone now anyway. It doesn't matter. It's not like we could ever actively do that now.
Regardless, you are advocating for occupation. Jodak, Peon,
Yes.
Vashnir.
Ow! God! Oh, no! Damn, this old brittle body.
Aren't you a, demonic princeling at this point? Fix yourself. I was told you're equivalent to an entire army, so better have some cool fucking shit.
I am, and I do.
Crack a snap pop.
But listen, when you could do this and he grows 2 sets of wings from nothing, it causes problems.
Still looking at the rest of you.
I would also advocate for occupancy. I know how fast this thing can spread if left to its own devices. And people not knowing, even if they don't know, may assist in helping it spread faster. It might grow to a size where we can't deal with it.
Yeah.
I've not dealt with this before. They have, so I'm gonna agree with them.
Well, Vashnir, there's your lieutenant. What of you?
I'd rather not cause mass panic with the local populace. They've already been through enough.
Well, the problem
If
is
that
we
pain
do
is
not
just
know
getting
if it's not going to do it again. On its own, without us in place.
Hopefully, we can find the solution in time before it gets worse.
Question still remains: are you for occupying or
Well, that is
letting
against
things go as it is?
what he has said.
Occupying everything will cause mass panic. Because of the full army coming in and taking over homes, checking people. Actively putting everyone on alert.
Must be a way we can.
Must be a way you can.
We can check on them without causing mass hysteria again.
You have a few days to come up with a plan as to how to do that. Personally, I'd say your best bet would be relying on his people. Looking over toward Jodak again. But keeping things secluded does... It opens the possibility for them to both spread and for them to erupt suddenly, violently, unchecked. You dealt with this plight before. You saw what happened to the infected villages.
And the thing is, if they're all connected again, as they suspect one of us, or any of us, are onto them, like they already have. Let's bring it to action anyway.
So then what are you believing you should be doing? Wanting peace is an admirable goal, but how are you going to get to that point?
It might just be the way, but we need to spread our forces out to the larger cities, see if they've made their way there. Some a couple of your forces reports once or twice a day. don't leave it to be just one person, just in case something happens to that one.
If that is what you are wanting to do, then I will hope that things do not kick off immediately.
We should. I understand.
Uh,
If we do occupy, we would have enough men or manpower to be able to do that.
If that's a question of if you would be able to, or if I would be able to.
Because we do not know if they have spread to which cities.
I am afraid that for mine, it is definitely going to be more heavy-handed. That infiltration shit's not gonna fly with us. With yours, you likely have individuals that are already under their sway, if in fact it is doing it again. But I would suggest take the Illithid resources, integrate them more into your forces, and come up with a reason why your forces are suddenly in every town in Diakov. As I am leaving your country to you.
Not like you could really get involved anyway.
Well, I had a plan for that, but Vashnir wanted to go a different way.
About to say, you've already pissed off the elves once or twice.
Understood.
You are going to have to put your tendrils where they have not been before. Otherwise,
Inky.
what happened to you in the goo?
I died. Again. For the third time.
But if you want your agents established everywhere to try to safeguard your people, then you need to establish yourselves everywhere, and you need to be quick about it.
That seems like a good
You-
option, or the only option is, I guess. Should come up with a solution for that.
Do you truly understand what I'm saying?
I do.
And are you all prepared to do so?
I was prepared to put the iron hand down and control everything. So yeah.
Your own forces will be at risk of turning at any point in time. You are the most heavily infected region. So if you commit to this, and they turn mid, you know what's going to happen.
We're dead. Again.
Yes.
Well then, formulate your plans. I wish you luck, and may you not bow beneath the weight soon to be placed upon you.
I will do my best.
Now, if we're done discussing straight-up treasonous things, I will return to my people and tell them that we're gonna do some shit.
Told you should have become king.
And then they
Or
will
at least
leave
one
the
of your
room.
family members. Fucking told you we should have done that a long goddamn time ago. He left the room. He's out there. And also, they don't care. That's in-house fighting. It was the Kinglegred thing that was the problem.
I mean, it was in-house fighting until Braktesh, and now it's less in-house fighting.
They're mercenaries. It's fine. Regardless, I feel the best way of using or let me rephrase. I feel the best course of action is to do exactly as the Emperor suggested. If we're not going to be heavy-handed and really take things over, then the Aelithid are our best bet.
You have a
We
feeling
do not have them.
you may not have exactly picked up what they were putting down. But that's okay.
They use the intelligence.
We get heavy-handed. We need to see how far they have spread.
Okay, do you want to be heavy-handed or not want to be heavy-handed? You gotta make up your mind, man.
If it comes down to it, we have to become heavy-handed. I need to find out how far they have spread. So that's what I'm worried about. We can't just go back and
They're as
Pick-
spread out as they were before, if not more so. That's the problem. We didn't change anything when we came and liberated things. We just stopped the localized infection from being able to do its thing.
yes, but the ones who are already infected, we don't know if they've traveled to any other towns and cities.
Hey, Pian.
Ones who've lost their friends and families, they no longer have a place here.
Yeah, a voice in my head.
Are you guys gonna do a coup?
I don't know, maybe.
Because
I know
it's
for
kind of
some-
sort of sounded like he told you guys to do a coup.
I mean, would you be morally against doing a coup?
I don't give a shit. I'm here for the fun times.
I mean, a coup seems more fun than not doing a coup. So we're probably gonna do a coup. Not try. I'm a fan of that laugh. That was like a suspicious laugh.
I am all nose. It is all I can do. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
I can add more phlegm. Would that make it better?
No, I don't think so. I was right. Anyway, let's not interrupt their very important political conversation.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like they were going in circles.
A little
I
bit.
mean, yeah, but that's kind of what they do.
Yeah, but like, decisive action. Coup time.
I think we should do a coup, everyone.
You think you're gonna get a city?
I mean, I think Vashon would give me a say. Yeah.
Ah, gonna rename it.
Gotta go. What?
Gonna rename
Media
it.
City.
Gotta rename it.
Are you gonna?
Well, I've lost the plot of the story now.
Well, if you're gonna get a city, are you gonna have a new city? Like, change its name? Make it yours? Forever.
I'll probably get it today. I'll probably give it a name, but it won't be mine forever. It'll be more of a for the nature. I might make a big old national park, you know?
Ah, destroy everything they had.
Oh yeah, nature's better.
I like you.
Thanks. I like me too. You're growing on me too. I'm not sure I'm quite there to use such a powerful word such as like, but I'm getting there.
Your nose is slightly easier to breathe out of now.
Hell yeah. So we're doing a coup, gang?
What?
We're doing a coup.
Where did that come from?
I mean, that's the gist I got from everything you have been saying. Doing a coup, taking over a country.
Make Vashner king.
Yeah, make Vashner king, and we all get a city.
I don't.
Don't you already have a keep? Oh,
Who's
PJ
you?
has a keep. You.
No, PJ does.
Yeah, PJ has a keep. How does it feel knowing your son is so successful?
I'm a proud papa.
Point me in an erection, I'll cut heads off. I don't. You bear. I'm not built for thinking.
Above game, I feel like Vashnu's input is required.
Oh, and he's the one we're turning into a king.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the only one that has legitimate claim. And royal pretense.
What do you have in mind for this coup?
What any good coup needs. Tell your father that we're doing it, and then we go do it.
It's a formal letter of conquest. Or of your intent to take over the country to the king.
That's too. This realm's rules on how to do shit. Home. Plans to kill my father would have gone without a hitch. Everything would have been fine. I could be in charge right now. I wouldn't have to deal with any of it. It'd been fine. Fuck. Why the hell would you send a letter of all things to the person you're going to go kill, imprison for life, or whatever, telling them that you're going to go do that? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. Now he's
Thought that was when
saying
you
it.
had to do it to declare war? To show that you're not just brigand trying to start whatever. That you're
Isn't the
actually
whole
trying.
point of a coup if it's not all-out war? It's like secretive to catch people by surprise.
Because the thing we were trying to avoid was a war. Because we don't want the people to freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wouldn't we want to just walk in like all buddy buddy and then just coup?
Inform his father. So that he knows the plan going forward. See if he has any insight of how it would be done properly, fucking, or how he would do it, or whatever. Take that with a grain of salt, or do it that way, or whatever. Then march our asses up to the fucking capital, go up to the king and say, fuck you, I'm king now, for all I care. I'm telling you, there are very few things that are normal that we can't handle. Even individuals that were immensely powerful ended up bending the knee. And if he's listening and can hear this, I mean no offense by it. Whatever the fuck his name was. Flame Boy over there.
No,
Lucas?
he heard that Vashnir wanted to have a private conversation with the Emperor, and he respected his wishes. He's just sitting on his barrel being a good boy.
And that's why he's
not a
still
real
below
man.
us.
Yep.
I respected his wishes to stay outside. I just
You didn't respect his wishes.
You also kind of had to. He's an authority to you.
Yeah.
You
So I was
respected
kind
his
of
wishes
listening
far enough that you weren't inside the room, but it wasn't a private conversation as far as you were concerned.
It's still a private conversation because he was in private by himself.
That's not how private
I
works.
just
If you can
on
still
the call.
listen in.
You can listen in from 300 feet away. It's not private.
And he knew that when he asked for it. He denies
Motherfucker, what?
They don't
You
listen
do
in.
that all the time.
Yeah. You never know what people are thinking.
You did.
Who knows? There might be a
don't
secret
want to.
assassin trying to kill Fashneer. I'm just keeping my mind open.
You have 10
If we
seconds
do
to
the-
get out of my head if you're in my head.
I'm not in your head right now. I'm talking
If
to
we
you.
go through with the coup, I'll have to deal with more. Have to deal with more assassins than we've dealt with before.
But it would give you an
Assassins.
excuse.
Funny. It would give you an excuse.
for people everywhere, so that we don't look as weird or bad.
It would give you an excuse to have all of the people, like he was just saying, everywhere they needed to be, and without fear or recompense or bullshit reasonings. You just say, listen, I have to have these people here. Done. And that also allows you to have everything you need to have watched. Everything we're trying to accomplish is done right there in this one instant.
Yeah, I understand. It's just new king appears all of a sudden. Everybody listens to him.
Well, you're the person who knows Dwarven society better than anybody. Aren't y'all people honorable and when something is decided, you stick to it? And also, from what I remember currently, most of the population liked your family more than they liked the kingdom anyway.
Yes, let's just be prepared. We are honorable, but also hard-headed and stubborn and other things. Let's put this plan into motion. See where it goes.
I don't think we can assassinate his ass. I don't think that would work. I think if it's going to happen, it's going to be a challenging kind of thing, and I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. I don't know how it's going to work. That's a y'all's thing to figure out. I will be there to assist.
I feel it will be a duel as well in some manner of sorts. I have full faith in myself. That's the duel I should not need assistance.
So what now, if anything?
As soon as we drop out, we hit up where his father is. Inform his father of the immediate plan. And if there is any proper way of going about it or whatever that he has, and either go about it that way or go about it that way in our own way, as we usually do.
Before you reach destination, one of the Emperor's guard is going to come over to you. Band of Iron.
Yes.
We are encroaching up. What?
Microphone change
It's-
from Medina.
Stepping outside.
Oh, okay.
We're nearing our destination. What is it that you are wanting your members to be doing? We understand you have people to rally in this area, along with guards to do, but are you completely disembarking here? From our understanding, you have no other way to get across vast distances in a short amount of time. And it has been insinuated to us that you may have something that requires your forces to be present in a different location faster than you could otherwise get them there.
Jesus Christ. Oh. Sorry. That scared me.
Wow.
We still have a few flying ships, but it's not
None of them can
immediate
jump.
travel. Yeah. Except for the one. We still have one.
That's back in Attica.
I know. But we still have that one. It wasn't broken. Well, it was, but it wasn't broken.
Well, it either has
still
to
have
get
it.
to you or you have to get to it. And that is a long journey. If you are afraid of things happening in the short term, I do not know if you have time for that. Which is why I was told to offer to transport your people wherever it was that you want them to be.
That would be helpful. Thank you. I need to write my father.
I don't know where the fuck we want them to be right now is the fucking problem.
Well, if the parasites immediately activate, then
we have...
everywhere will be unaware.
I was about to say, we have what, shit, 10 ships? Or no, not 10, like 5 or 7 or like 8 ships back at the edge of the Forbidden Zone full of infected?
That's something you're going to have to deal with on your own time. If you're worried about the places in Diakov, we're your only answer.
Yeah.
Unless you have some sort of mass teleportation methodology that we're not aware of.
Well, I don't think we have it. I mean, I can teleport myself, but Well, no, I can teleport a large group of people as long as I can fit in a fucking circle. But I don't think there are any linkables in Diakov close by to where we need to be.
But we can either spread them apart throughout the various towns under your father's domain. We can put them all back at Rock Hollow should you require. Just let them all get off the boat with you at Raktesh. We were told that this is up to you.
Do we need all of our troops in Diakov, Vashnir? Immediately? I think that's only going to require us. Or would I be wrong?
Repeat that.
We will handle Diakov.
So you will handle your own transportation. All of your units are to be let off at Raktesh.
Let the units off at Raktesh, and if you wouldn't mind taking us to Diakov.
Yes, me and my father.
A lot of infected people in Diakov.
And I sincerely hope they do not all activate if you're not going to have the few people ready for that in place.
Fuck it. Fuck it, just bring them all. Fuck it. That's what I say. Bring them all. Bring all that we have here right now to Diakov. That way, if it's already going bad, we can just land in, shock troop in, obliterate.
If it doesn't happen, though, that will be a show of force that will likely make the others antsy.
What others?
We'll take after.
The proper royals. A mercenary group appears from the sky in vessels from a foreign military.
They're used to it by now. We've done it a lot.
That doesn't mean it doesn't freak people out.
Let me inform my father and see if anything has happened.
You can't inform your father. We're in a different plane of existence. They don't work.
I thought we popped out already.
No. We're trying to discuss this before we pop out.
They are trying to make the absolute most of your 1 second.
So let's take half the troops to Diakov.
Where?
It would have to be Rock Hollow.
All in one location?
Well, Rock Hollow and what's Nightbringer, right? Because Nightbringer's not that far from Rock Hollow. Are the only two real places we can go without? I mean, unless you're capable of dropping out, and then like going in 1,000 different locations.
We have a lot of your people on a lot of different ships. The moment we exit this transportation, we can tell them where to go.
How many of our men are on this ship alone?
This one alone, it is the largest of the bunch. So I'd say easily a couple hundred.
This ship, Rock Hollow, next largest, Nightbringer, and then everything after that into other major settlements that are controlled by his family, and I mean Vashnir's family.
Looks toward Vashnir for a, is this what you are wanting?
Yes,
Drop them in the
questions. Just say we are rendering aid.
We'll get information disseminated as quickly as we can. You will have some time to figure it out. We're still going to be reappearing above Raktesh. Because that is our destination, and if we spend too long here, we are counted amongst the lost.
That'll also give us a chance to see if it's an immediate infection or not.
It'll only give you about an hour or two.
It only takes 2 seconds to send a message
I'm
and
just-
receive one back.
I'm just telling you.
We'll know if our men are infected, or of the men that are infected, if they are taken over it or not. And if they are taken over and the infection has started again, we can just drop everything in Rock Hollow.
He's still looking toward Vashnir like you have to confirm, like I can't just take his orders.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. I'll get it relayed. And they run off. And then, not too much longer later, you'll feel the deck begin to vibrate. And then you appear above Raktesh Capital.
I immediately write my father a letter.
And I'll write who we put in charge of the other ships and see if they respond.
And I'm sending messages to everybody that I know that's on this plane. That's part of my people.
Can I at least get the gist? Because y'all just said I'm sending messages, and nobody gave me one.
Pretty much asking if any of the infected have. There's
And
any infected symptoms
I'm
of-
just writing for a sit rep. Like
Carry on.
Go ahead, sir.
Carry on.
Only thing I'm trying to do is if they respond in the way that they're supposed to respond, then I know that the infection hasn't immediately started for them. Because they're the closest to the frickin' problem right now.
You said you were sending messages to who?
Me?
Yeah.
The people we put in charge of the infected we had to leave behind before we went into the bad zone.
Okay, so the people over there.
Yeah.
Alright.
They are the closest to the issue at current and are the more likely to be controlled, if anything is controlled. If they are not controlled, then nothing is controlled.
What
yet.
is the content of your message? Because that's a awfully heady concept. So I'm gonna need to know how you word it.
I'm guessing it's gonna be in some kind of coding that only like they would have known.
Well, if their minds are taken over, they'd still know it.
Yes,
to point that out.
Asking for a general sit rep, trying to figure out how things are going, and if anything strange has taken place.
So you're not telling them anything, just... Okay.
Not if I don't have to.
Then you're going to get a message back saying that they're still on course for Raktesh Capital. Nothing out of the ordinary. Some of the headaches where crystallization started to occur have started to wear off. That's about what you get.
Okay, that's fine.
Next!
I think the only person...
Three
I was
people
about to say
sent
that
messages.
I was about to say, I think the only person that didn't say what the contents of his message was is Thaddeus.
My message is to
Y'all said it all at the same time. My brain went blur.
I'll be right back.
Is to inform my people of what is happening, what has happened, and the fact that anyone who was infected with this, the previous slime, parasitic, whatever, may be exhibiting strange behavior. Keep an eye on them and let someone know.
As you begin to relay these messages through your fucking hive mind, you suddenly recall, oh yeah, other people from the hive mind were there and know as much as I do. Except for the nitty gritty details.
They weren't part of the conversation, so I was giving them, not conversation, that didn't sound good.
Oh no.
They weren't part of the conversation we had with the Emperor. So I was also sending that message over to Kelly. Asking how he felt about
Jodek, I'm gonna ruin this for you. I'm gonna ruin this for you.
Please don't.
You were listening in via telepathic communication, right?
Yeah.
That same telepathic link links you to,
Callahan.
which then means that anyone on the network can listen in whenever you use your telepathic communication.
I guess I won't be sending that message then.
Oh, you totally do. And then it's like,
Okay,
buddy.
Okay, but I forgot. Time weird. I didn't have a body for a bit.
I was on the same ship as you.
Freak situation.
I gave you a pep talk.
You did. I forgot. Mind thinks it's not just my mind thinks anymore. It never was.
Not knowing that he's sending a message, do you want to inform your people that of the plan to have them disseminate amongst Diakov once we take over?
They already know.
You look off to your left, Callahan's just standing there.
Is it just going bright red?
See, I don't know any of this stuff. I'm not a part of your little weird psychic blurg.
And then Fashneer, your message was basically what?
Asking my father if any of the ones that were already infected have reawakened.
After
and
about
informing him of.
That's going to be in person.
Okay.
I am not having paper trails.
After about 10 minutes pass, no, nothing seems to have occurred. What do you mean by awaken?
Have their symptoms shown that they are now possessed again.
No abnormalities have been reported. I take it we should be on the lookout. And that something has happened.
Yes, and I need to speak to you in person.
I'm sorry, you're scribbled and a little too scribbled.
Yes, and I need to speak to you in person, is what he said.
Okay. We will put people on alert, but a lot of people were touched by that thing.
I know.
Okie dokie. Message is done. The ship's engineers are doing their ship engineer thing. Which is, you're like, we need to be moving, and they're like, you'll fucking sit there till I fix this shit.
No! Move!
You don't mess with your engineers. Things will never get fixed. They will take their time.
Stop waving the incense in front of the motor. It doesn't do anything!
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't!
It soothes the spirits.
It just puts harmful chemicals in the motor!
Soothes the spirits. So they may go honk shoe, honk shoe.
What are you guys doing now that you're in Rektesh?
Fucking waiting until we go to Diakov.
Taking
me-
a nap.
Let me put it another way. How are y'all handling all your units that are in Raktesh, along with the somewhat infirm control you have over the region? I don't plan on going much longer, Caleb. I just gotta get a general game plan for what's happening here.
No, I get you.
I don't know. Vashtir, it's your fucking place.
Little did you know when you made Vashtir exactly how many things you would have to do.
Not many. I knew it was gonna be a lot, but that's
I tried to take some of the load, and then
yeah. It's a combination of like Sid Meier's.
It's like, oh, wait, I'm the
Sid
leader.
Meier's
I'm the leader.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Shogun.
you're just a CK3 wanderer.
It's Crusader Kings
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a wanderer noble in Crusader Kings 3 is all you are.
Was that and like also just like talking to the other nobles, diplomacy? That's where I got the Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
But what's your
Yeah,
plan
so
for
again.
policing this state you just took over? Before you and your forces abandon it completely.
Iron Fist.
Let them govern themselves. That always works out.
Yeah, and then we'll have to come back over here and do this fucking bullshit all over again. No.
So we're gonna be setting up a camp.
No, because we're gonna be here for all of an hour.
Um. Nothing started yet, so fuck.
We have men. They're all the infected men, but we have men on the way back to Diakov Capital. We can inform them to hold Diakov Capital under our rule.
You've
And
never...
the men we have here currently, we can tell.
By Diakov Capital, do you mean Rock Hollow?
Or yeah, I mean fucking.
Because no one here has
Raktesh.
been to Diakov Capital. Okay.
I know. I'm talking about Raktesh. We have the infected men that are on the way to Raktesh Capital. And we have some standing here in Raktesh Capital, so we have them hold the line to our values and how we fucking want things to work.
Vashnir, if I may make a suggestion, Lucas will pipe up.
Yes.
Use the grave guard.
Firebird. It's his people.
Realistically, we were already set to be in control of this place before you showed up.
All right.
As such, we have
my
the
men
infrastructure.
Go with them. What is a joint force?
Well, it's all your force anyway. It's just divisions within it. How much of our forces are you wanting to take with you to Diakov?
Where exactly are your men going to be?
I don't.
What do you mean?
Where all your men going to be in one location?
Probably not. They're specialists and they can do things and act in ways that yours don't.
I was about to say, I don't think we need the graveyard at this current moment to do what we're doing. I think
I know,
as much
it's
as it
more of
pains
a
me
show
to
of faith.
admit, as much as it pains me to admit, I think Lucas here is right. Put Graveguard in control of what they were supposed to be in control of to begin with. Under us, and a pointed look will be at Lucas. Just because rivalries and all that. but
They blink unaffected by your childish nonsense.
But overarchingly, the Graveguard is good at what they do. And this is what they do. It's what they were trying to do before we came and mucked everything up anyway.
So does that mean that you're going to be leaving me here in Raktesh?
If that's what you wish.
There's a lot of things that are going to be happening where you're going. I'm sure I'd be useful. But if you have another leader...
As much as it would be entirely useful to have you and your soul stone, no.
I don't have one.
God powers.
Oh no, you don't have a fucking soul stone. You're a goddamn fire god puppet. That's right.
Says the life god.
Says the brain on legs. Shut up.
You see, that's different.
I will say though, Vashnir, at this point it is simply policing, not conquest.
Yes.
I may not necessarily be required here, just some leaders that you trust to keep things in hand. If you believe I'd be of more use in Diakov.
All of our leaders are, one, present and accounted for, and two, not close enough to be of any use. So it would be up to your trusted lieutenants.
For the most part, yes, but you did have your old tactician that was taking residence in your fort. That may still be doing so, honestly. I don't know where they've gone.
You take your men and do what you need to do what needs to be done.
We'll put the tactician in charge. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we can bring Flameboy with us. That way, if worms decide to do worm things, he can separate them into a billion pieces.
That is what I was suggesting. If you'd rather me go with you. If you believe Raktesh to be in a stable enough state under your people, then I can go elsewhere. If you think it needs a firmer hand, then you leave me here.
We just call people on this matriarch.
I was about to say, we literally just conquested this place. Ain't no way it's stable enough yet.
Well, that's why you have someone that's good at military tactics and commanding as your commander is. It's just, whom do you want to take? Who do you believe would be more useful where? Because this is a ground forces war, or occupation, if it's left under him.
I guess that one's up to you, Vashnir. You want Lucas to be in charge, or do you want your god that you put in charge originally to be in charge?
Whomever you leave will be in charge of all of your forces that remain here, which will be largely Graveguard and whatever remnants of the Band of Iron you leave.
And whatever new band members want to join.
Recruitment. We'll get to that after we
may
make
need
sure
your
nobody's
services,
head
Lucas.
explodes. Here or there?
There, I think is what he was saying.
Yep.
With us, not here.
Yep.
Okay. I will tell my lieutenants then of the plan.
Do you want me to inform the tactician, or do you want to inform the tactician? I don't know his name.
I will inform him.
Okay.
I would imagine he and your brother are likely to be the ruling characters here then.
Mhm.
As far as his things go, he's the follow orders type, so just you tell him what he's to do. He'll probably get to it.
Send him the letter.
I will say they are spread thin due to the loss of most of our fleet, but if he's competent, they will make do.
You should be.
He held out against you pretty well, even with your bullshit time magic.
I have no reason to insult the man, so I shall not retort. Okay. I'll go wish them luck. They head off to do their part. You guys sit and wait until the ship's ready to go again.
Nothing we can really do.
Okay. In that hour, you do not get any additional reports from anywhere saying that things have changed. However, Jodak,
Fantastic.
Do that.
Jodak, you've described your soulstone as goopy in nature. How would you describe it activating against your will with extreme force?
Fantastic.
Like if it had
What does
a
that
plus
describe?
mega form, what would it be?
We have a plus mega form? A plus mega form would be one of those goopy, tall creatures.
Going for
Almost
big?
like a... Huh?
Going for big?
Oh, yes, big. You said it had plus mega, so plus mega must be big.
Not
I think
necessarily.
he's asking what your tier 5 would have been.
No, I'm not getting
No,
the ability
okay.
details. I want a cinematic.
Oh, fuck.
Well, the way I described my ability from the beginning was that a pool of goo formed around me, then covered my body entirely, only leaving behind what is my armor. If you are saying plus mega and activating forcefully,
As it shines brilliantly with your cyan light.
then there is no way I would be able to control where that goo is going.
But let's just say you get the end of it. Give me the cinematic. No tossing it off on me.
A bunch of strands of goo would shoot out from the stones, wrap around me into a little cocoon before growing larger and then larger and then larger, forming into one of those, or something similar to one of those giant humanoid creatures that I had previously seen when we were flying over the
Bipedal thing.
yes, bipedal thing. We were flying over the Forbidden Zone before.
And what Kieran was.
Normally dissipate the goo. I won't say the goo is dissipating around me. So it would cover me and everything around me in that area, I would say. Forming, a full swamp, I suppose. Do I need to go into any more details?
As the creature stands there, it lets off an ear-piercing roar. And then coalesces back in on itself. Jodak, you are suddenly dropped. Like 20 feet. It hurts your shin.
Dropping my back, dropping my head, dropping my legs.
It hurts your shin.
Roll a dexterity
shin.
check.
No, a dice roll.
You've brought this on yourself. I said it hurt your
Uh-huh.
shin, and then you asked questions.
There hasn't been one roll in a session, okay? At least one.
No.
You couldn't have a roll without it, or a session without a roll.
You see, I was gonna ask, could I help him in the fall? And then I remembered, I don't want to roll a dice. So nah.
But I wanted to roll dice. I put this whole dice rolling app that I still can't use. 20.
I just wanted you to know that I actively made the decision to let you fall. Because I'm like, he can take it.
You plummet quickly past Tadori, who does nothing to save you, and smack a barrel on your way down, which ends up hitting your shin. And then you land on your back, and all the air goes out of your lungs, and you go, peh.
That looked like it hurt.
What was that?
I said, that looked like it hurt.
I heard that. I mean, what was it?
Your stone glows warmly now, in whatever pocket it lives in.
It was enough of a thing that makes me want to fucking burn you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna walk over to Vashnir, grab his pouch of little acid bullshit, and go, I'm gonna borrow this a second. And I'm gonna go sprinkle some on Jodak.
Nope. No. Don't do that.
Doing that.
You are sprinkled upon, it heals your shin wound.
Actually, yes, do that.
Look at that. You're not a fucking weird goopy thing. I don't have to try to kill you. I'm gonna go give...
Wait.
I'm gonna go give Vashnir back his, powdery stuff.
Alright.
But with everyone going, what the fuck was that? I suppose I will call session. Because largely your plan is in place, and the people that are trying to make it work are trying to make it work. So, is there anything before I cut the recording?
I'm not a smart man.
I make poor decisions.
Eat an apple.
Alright,
Do not be like
till
make
next
good decisions.
till next time. Thanks for joining, and take care. Goodbye.
Why?
Bye.
Bye.